ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ನಾನು ಚಂದನ್ ಶರ್ಮಾ. ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ? ನಾವು ಈ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಸುಖ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕರೆಯೋದಲ್ಲ. ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಆ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಎಕ್ಸೆಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂಥವ್ರನ್ನ ಕರೆದು ಭಾಳ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಮಾತನಾಡಿಸಿ, ಭಾಳ ಗೌರವದಿಂದ ಮಾತನಾಡಿಸಿ ಮತ್ತು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಜತನದಿಂದ ಮಾತನಾಡಿಸಿ ಅವರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅವರ ಸಾಧನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮೆಲುಕು ಹಾಕುವಂಥ ಕ್ಷಣ ಇದು. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ವಿಶೇಷ ಕಾರಣ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಅಮೇಝಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾಷನೇಟ್ ಆಂಟ್ರಪ್ರನರ್ಸ್. ಅವರು ಕೇವಲ ಜೀವನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಪ್ಯಾಷನೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ಇಡೀ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಪ್ಯಾಷನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಹಳ ಕಳಕಳಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿ ಒನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ವಿವೇಕ್ ಕೇಜ್ರಿವಾಲ್. ಸನ್ವಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟೀಲ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ? ನೀವು ಭಾಳ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀರಿ, TMT ಬಾರ್ಸ್ಗಳು, ಕಂಬಿಗಳು ಅಂತ ತುಂಬ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀರಿ. ಅದರ CMDನ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಬ್ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಪ್ರಿವಿಲೇಜ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಟುಡೇ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಸ್ತಾರ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. Sir, lovely, warm welcome to you. Namaste.
Thank you so much.
ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ? How are you?
I'm very, very well, thank you. And I don't know if I deserve such beautiful, kind words that you have spoken about the company and me. Thank you so much for it.
You do, sir. You certainly do. ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕುತೂಹಲದ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ, ಓಕೆ? ಇದು ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳಿಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಈ ಸನ್ವಿಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ VIK ಅಂದರೆ ವಿವೇಕ್ ಕೇಜ್ರಿವಾಲ್ ಅಂತನಾ? SUN ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು?
He's a friend of mine from the Middle East. He's an Indian. He's by name Sandeep.
Okay.
So he's also invested in the company.
Okay.
And that's why it's both names put together, Vivek and Sunvik. Sandeep and Vivek.
And it makes it very beautiful too, Sunvik.
Thank you so
much.
much.
Amazing. So how did it start? ಈ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಹೊಳೆದಿದ್ದು ಯಾವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಯಾವಾಗ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ? ಈ ಪ್ಯಾಷನೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಳಿದಿದ್ದು ಯಾವಾಗ ನೀವು? ವೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಯು ಫ್ರಮ್ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ?
I'm basically a Rajasthani.
Okay.
From Rajasthan, and I was born in Calcutta.
Oh, I see.
We migrated to Bangalore many years ago, more than 40 years now. When I was about 6-7 years of age, we all migrated to Bangalore. And from the very beginning, I loved machines.
Oh, okay.
I enjoy operating machines. I wouldn't say I'm a good entrepreneur. I should say I'm a good machine operator turned into an entrepreneur.
Okay.
So I love big machines, and that's my passion, and that's how I came into steel manufacturing.
So amazing. When did you start this?
Sunvik was started in the year 2003.
2003?
Yeah, it's almost 2 decades now.
Oh my God.
We started this plant. It was a greenfield project.
Okay.
We started very, very small. Today it's far, far bigger and larger than what we had anticipated or our ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ವಿಷನಿಂಗ್ ವಿಷನಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. Small, for bread and butter, a small plant with the investment of just 4 to 5 crores. We started in 2003, and God has been kind. There's been blessing from all around, from the team, from the people, and the state, and that's how it's grown to industry which has invested more than 400 to 500 crores of capex. Oh
my God.
And about 1,500 people, families are
amazing.
Are responsible for the Sunvik to be where Sunvik stands today.
So you are a man who is in love with the missions.
Yes.
ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ TMTಗೆ ನೀವು ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ. ಈಗ ಲೇಮನ್ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಸರ್. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಅಂಗಡಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ, TMT ಹಾಕಿ ಅಂತೀವಿ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸರ್ ಒಳ್ಳೆ TMT ಸರ್ ಇದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು TMT ಕಂಬಿಗಳನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಟೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಭಾಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಭದ್ರವಾದಂಥ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಯಾವುದಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟೀಲ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ TMT ಸ್ಟೀಲ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಈ ಸನ್ವಿಕ್ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಬೇರೆ ಇದೆ. ನೀವು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಎಕೋ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಬರ್ತೀರಿ, ಗ್ರೀನ್ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ. I am very amused,
Yeah,
also very inquisitive. What is this green revolution in the steel industry? How does it happen?
So a lot of my friends also make fun of me that you are selling TMT but you call it gold.
That's right. You're selling steel and you're calling it gold. Correct.
I said it's black gold. Any metal is can be in the form of gold.
Okay.
It's extremely precious. Anything precious is gold, and that's why we call it gold, because it's precious.
Okay.
It's an important question that you asked. You know, there are many steel players, and tomorrow if you're building a home, how would you convince?
How would I
yourself?
distinguish
How do you
between
distinguish?
other
Yeah.
steels and the Sunvik
So,
TMT?
as a layman, you should ask a few more questions to get a little more understanding that is this steel produced out of iron ore? So,
Iron ore.
Iron ore.
Okay.
So, many of the steel plants use scrap as their raw material. We also use some portion of scrap, but most of it is from iron ore and coal. Just like JSW, Tata, any of the big steel plants, their raw material is iron ore and coal. Sometimes they also use a little of scrap. Ours is almost on the same lines as raw material purchase. It helps us control the chemical composition better, and obviously we put in a lot of emotions in our steel.
Yeah.
That's why I say if I'm sitting here, I'm not at the CMD of the company. I'm representing 1,500 families of Sunvik steels.
Okay.
Coming to the green steel, why do we call it green steel? Anybody can call it green.
Yeah.
So there are two things to it. One is there's a huge audit from the central government which happens. It takes 2 years to 3 years for them to audit and certify a company whether they are actually certified for green steel.
Oh, okay.
And that means you are not having any kind of dispose from the factory, waste dispose. You use your waste, like for example slag, fly ash. So there are a lot of solid waste which go out of the plant. Then there is a lot of gas and water. These three are the wastages which go out of the plant of producing steel. If you control that to very minimal, they give you a certificate. Also the power. Power is after iron ore and coal, the third raw material in our steel is power.
Okay.
So if you are using power burnt out of coal, you don't get the credibility of the green certification. So there is a certificate called as Green Pro, which has taken almost 3 years to audit, and we get this certificate after the agencies come and the inspectors who come and identify and certify us are retired judges.
Oh my God. Okay.
So there is no off the table.
Okay.
It's a very renowned agency.
And absolutely no discrepancies at all.
Nothing at all.
0%.
Once you get that certificate, which is called the Green Pro certificate, if you are a builder or if you are making a green project, if you buy our steel, you can certify it as a green construction project or a green project. Once you buy our cement, our blocks, fly ash bricks and blocks and steel, you can certify it. Only if you buy our steel can you certify your project as a green project.
Oh my God. Okay.
And you just can't say you're a green project because you want to say it.
That's very interesting.
So there are a lot of clauses put up by the government that if you have to certify your building or a project as green project, these are the raw materials you have to buy who are certified green. So that's why we call it green.
Amala, one more thing is, I have been witnessing a lot of companies coming in and going out. ತುಂಬ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಗಳು ಬರ್ತವೆ ಹೋಗ್ತವೆ. ನಾನೇ, if I can give you a few examples, I wouldn't name them of course. ತುಂಬ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಗಳು ಬಂತು. ಟಿ ವಿ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಭಾಳ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಗಳದ್ದು ನೋಡಿದೆ. ಸುಮಾರು ಜನರನ್ನ ಬಳಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ನಮ್ಮದು ಹಾಗೆ, ನಮ್ಮದು ಹೀಗೆ ಅಂತಂದರು. ಅದೇನೋ ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವರಂತೂ ಆನೆ ತಗೊಂಬಂದರು, ಆನೆ ತುಳಿದ್ರೂ ನಮ್ದು ಏನೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ಥರದಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ಯುವ ಸನ್ವಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟೀಲ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್, ನೀವೀಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ, ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟೆಡ್ 2 decades. 2 decades not only in manufacturing, but also in excellence, but also in people connect, but also in emotional connect, and also in gaining the trust of the consumers or the customers. So what difference does it make for you, and how is the difference made?
Yeah, so right from the beginning, the vision has been to give the best possible to our clients.
Yeah, you're committed.
We are committed, even though if it is the cost goes up, even if you have to spend a lot of more money in producing the right steel and to give the best services, because anything comes at a price. Whether it's services, whether it's services after delivery repeat customers, producing the right steel, etc., etc. So we put it in two halves. If I have to answer your question, we put it in year bucket lagtivi now. One is customer side, and one is cost cutting.
Okay.
So we made sure that the customers are very happy. We give them warranties and guarantees even after we have supplied. If they're not happy, we take a replacement, we give it back, we replace it. After sales service is there. Our engineers go to the construction site. ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ಸ್ಟೀಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. Our contractor is not an engineered contractor. He's a layman contractor who's bending steel very crudely. So our engineers go to the site and say, this is not the way you bend. There's a particular degree that you bend for 8 mm. There's a particular degree you bend for 25 mm. You can't use the same degree. So there's a team of engineers. We have 2-3 vehicles which go to site and explain to the even the contractors. We educate contractors. We have got a scheme called Sarthi scheme.
Sarthi.
Yeah. So this Sarthi scheme is we have meetings with contractors, engineers, architects, and we tell them why Sunvik steel, and also we train them even if it is not Sunvik, if it's any other steel. This is how you test steel. This is how you check steel, and this is how you handle steel.
Okay.
You can't just bend a steel the way you want it. For example, you bend a steel, you cannot rebend it. If you rebend it, if it breaks, it is good steel. If you rebend it and if it doesn't break, it's not a good steel.
Okay.
Even as per ISI technology, that when you rebend a steel, there's a process to it. You have to heat it in hot water, warm it up in some particular temperature, and then you have to rebend it. So we give this kind of educations and build trust in them. Coming to the other side of the bucket is how to cut cost of steel, because you're my client.
Yeah.
We, as Sunvik Steel, we would like to place ourselves, as layman language, I would say, we would like to place ourselves as a Toyota, not at a Mercedes or a BMW.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Let the BMW and Mercedes be with Tata and Jindal.
Okay.
I don't want to falsely claim that we are Tata or Jindal, because they are what they are, and they are there for a reason.
Okay.
So we are placing ourselves as Toyota, and Toyota is, I always believed, is value for money.
Toyota for value for money and reliability.
Reliability. Trustworthy.
That's the
service.
Best part.
Yes.
Okay. And the service network.
Yes. I may have the big brands parked in my house, but today also I've come in a Toyota. It gives me a lot of comfort when I travel in a Toyota. So even when I go to my customer, I say, I'm a Toyota. If you want Mercedes, it's something else. If you want
and a Toyota is easy on your mind.
Easy on your mind.
Okay. No risk factors.
Basically, it's by piece.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that because I'm experiencing it myself with the multiple brand of vehicles that I have.
Okay. Oh, that is very nice that you compared with Toyota.
I don't know if I'm allowed to compare it on this stage.
That's a nice comparison, I will tell you. That's a very nice comparison.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, go ahead.
So when you ask layman, that's how we communicate to our customers, our dealers, distributors, architects. So we do a lot of cost cutting.
Okay.
So now if I have to give a Toyota, there's a lot of, I'm talking of a lot of commitment. A lot of tests, trials, cost cutting, value for money, etc. So I don't have much control on the commodity like iron ore and coal. That's prevailed in the market and we have to buy. Power is a big source.
True.
So we have put up windmills and solar plants. Just yesterday we commissioned a project of maybe 140 to 50 crores.
Wow.
Of solar plant, which is going to produce solar and feed to our steel plant.
Okay.
So when I say that, I'm going to cut cost on my electricity cost, which is like a raw material.
Okay.
So this helps me maintain the selling price to my client to get the best at the best price.
Okay.
So one is the quality and one is the price.
Amazing.
So this is what we want to practice and continue to do so. And that's why we are here for many years compared to some brands which have come and gone earlier.
One sudden comparison ತಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ sir. I will just go for a very little comparison. Let me compare a few milk brands. I wouldn't name them. ನಾನು ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ ಟು ಮಿಲ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ TMT ಬಾಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಲಿಟ್ರಲಿ ಇನ್ ಟು ಮಿಲ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ದು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಯಾಶೆ ತೊಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಒಂದು ಪೌಚ್ ತೊಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅದರ ಮೇಲಿರುವ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಥವಾ ಕಲರ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪ್ರಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಿಲ್ಕು ಹೇಗಿದೆಯೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ ನನಗೆ. ಅಥವಾ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಕೆಲವು ಲೋ ಟೋನ್ಡ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕೋ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪಾಶ್ಚರೈಸ್ಡ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಬೇರೆ ಥರದ್ದು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಬೋದು ನನಗೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರೋ ಥರದ್ದು, ಸ್ಲಿಮ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕು ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಟೀಲ್. ಓಕೆ, TMTಗೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಈಗ ನಾನೊಬ್ಬ ಲೇಮೆನಪ್ಪ, ನಾನೊಂದು ಅಂಗಡಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಪ್ಪ, ನಾನು ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸನ್ವಿಕ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊತೀನಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ. ನಾನು ಈ ಸನ್ವಿಕ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ, ಇದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಥವಾ ಸನ್ವಿಕ್ ಇಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅದ್ರ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನನಗೆ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಲೇಮೆನ್.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್,
ಐ ಆಮ್ 100% ಲೇಮೆನ್. ನಾನು TMT ಅಂದರೆ ಫುಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಆಯಿತಾ? ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ದಿ ಫುಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ TMT. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? ಡೀಲರ್ ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಾ, ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ದೇನಾದರೂ ಬೇರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾನಲ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವ ಟು ಎಜುಕೇಟ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ about your Sunvik standards and quality, affordability and everything? How do you do that?
It's an interesting and a controversial question you've asked.
Controversial? You made it a controversial question.
No, because if I have to talk of milk, there's a lot that
milk bitbiಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. Okay,
I can say which is not going to be acceptable
forget
to a lot
about
of
milk.
people. Yeah, I understand. So obviously milk of any brand looks the same,
okay,
except for the packaging. They all taste the same more or less.
yeah, sure.
So it's very difficult to identify from milk to milk just by seeing the milk.
True, agreed,
Right?
got it.
One good way to identify a milk, what I've heard through the Israelis, is by the smell.
Oh, you smell it?
It's a very important information which a lot of people can get
Seriously?
for milk. If there is any smell in the milk,
Okay.
it's not a good milk.
I mean, okay,
Yes,
it is odorless?
Odorless.
The milk is odorless?
Yes.
Seriously?
The milk should smell like water, is what the Israelis have
How
taught
does
me.
the water smell now?
Yes.
It's
You close your eyes and if you smell water, you don't know whether there's any material in front of you, right?
okay.
Any liquid is next to you or like
Okay,
that.
okay.
So Israelis have taught us that milk, if there is no smell in the milk, is good milk. Is a very important information that we all can
nice.
get as layman, because we all have understood right from the birth that if there is milk,
Okay.
if you have a particular smell and flavor of milk when you keep it next to your nose,
Yeah.
It is more of acidity and more of not the best thing to happen.
Okay,
If the milk is well handled, there will not be any smell in milk.
okay, okay,
Well, that's a separate question altogether.
okay. Now let's come back to the steel.
Yeah. Now, coming back to steel.
Okay.
Now, for example, if I want to, if I as a layman want to buy good milk, I should make sure I buy milk from a company who has cows in house and is supplying me milk from the cows that he is farming in his dairy.
Basically, one who has a farm will be able to produce good milk.
Good milk.
Okay.
If he is buying milk from outside, I would hesitate, because there is no control on quality, and anybody who is supplying will have vested interest in getting the best price for the milk rather than to give good milk. So milk should be bought from a farm and not from the outside market who are branding and packaging and not actually having cows.
Okay.
Similarly, in steel, like I said, milk doesn't smell and stuff like that. Steel doesn't have that kind of immediate
Okay.
look and feel.
Okay.
But if
Because
you are able to,
every steel looks very similar.
quite similar, our steel looks a little different.
Okay.
If you see a TMT bar, there are ribs on the steel.
Ribs, yeah.
So we have something called as double X on the rib.
Okay.
Double X is nothing but extra ribs on the TMT bar. Even if you have the regular ribs, as per ISI standards and as per everything is okay. But we have got this technology from Germany where we put extra ribs on the bar,
Okay.
and then it looks nicer and looks different. So physically you can see it looks different, and it's got more ribs than the regular TMT.
Okay.
So when you say more ribs, what happens is, what are the ribs for? Ribs are to hold the concrete. So when you put a steel bar into a concrete slab, it holds it and you cure the concrete, and there's a machine that has a pull-out strength to check on what load does the bar is pulled out.
I see.
So when you have extra ribs on the TMT,
Okay.
is that one. Even the regular steel also is as per ISI, but this is having a little more extra quality for pull-out. So in case of any crack in the concrete or any earthquake or some that, it holds it better than the other regular steel.
Okay.
Also, it's important to make sure that you buy a steel which is completely integrated. Like for example, I was saying the cows need to be in the farm from where you get the milk. Same way, if you have the complete integration, now to produce a TMT steel, I need to have 4 factories in the same plant. Right from iron ore, we make sponge iron, then we make liquid steel into billets, and then we make TMT.
Oh, I see.
So there are very few plants in Karnataka, say maybe about 10% plants are fully integrated, and 90% are not fully integrated. They are partially, out of the 4 different processes, they do 2 processes, or 1 process, 3 process. Rolling mill is just 1 process. Furnace smelting is 1 process. Some people have 2, some people have 3, some people have 4. So we have all the processes and also the power to make sure that we produce green steel. It's also a commitment to our country and our space,
amazing, sir.
to make sure that we
So from the very beginning to, from the very scratch to ensuring top-notch quality in steel is the most challenging thing, I believe, which you have been doing since past 2 decades. That's something absolutely great, I would say, because I'm someone who wouldn't even imagine how a TMT bar is manufactured, because I don't know. Because when I say layman, I'm the layman. Okay, no one else. I am the layman. I'm myself the layman. So tomorrow, if I have to go to some shop and then buy a TMT bar or a TMT steel, then I would know what kind of a steel I'm supposed to buy.
So our tagline says inner strength matters.
Oh, okay.
That's our tagline of our steel.
Inner strength matters.
So steel looks all outside, all strong from outside. Almost all the steel, you can't differentiate the strength from the outside. The strength from the inside is what a good steel would be, and that's why even if you see our mascot, our mascot is a lady.
Oh, okay.
And I think we are the only brand in the whole country who has a lady mascot.
Okay.
Because I personally believe that women are far more stronger than men from within.
So nice.
So if you find who the strongest person in complicated, difficult situations in your house, you will say a lady who actually binds the whole home and keeps it one. And that's why we have a lady in an armor, in a metal armor from the outside. So the metal armor is from the outside and the inner strength is from the inside. And I strongly believe women are far more stronger than men in terms of complicated situations or in terms of emotions or handling a family or stuff like that.
Sir, that was absolutely great talking to you. If you would like to share your final thoughts with me, so how do you see this construction industry going down the line 15, 20 years from now?
This is the time for not only construction for our country. I had never imagined and never thought the country would go in the direction that it's going today. I personally feel our country is really looking upon growing at a much faster pace in all fields, whether it is manufacturing, whether it is capex, whether it is infrastructure. It's going to grow multifolds to what it was in the last couple of decades. The world is looking at the country, and the world is investing in the country. The world is trusting into the country.
Amazing.
And the democracy of our country is playing a big role in the world's trust and commitment.
So nice.
So I personally feel that it's not only steel, whether it is technology, whether it is manufacturing. Very soon will be the world's factory.
Oh.
We stand I think at number 2 compared to China today, but we are getting very close and very fast. We are going very fast to the world factory. India being the world factory for the world. And
we will start exporting more and importing less.
Yes.
We will not rely on other countries for the imports.
Very true.
That's one of the reasons why Sunvik is also a household name today.
Yes.
Because you are a part of this economic revolution which is happening today in the country. So nice, sir.
True.
I also believe that ಮುಂದಿನ ಹಲವು ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ Sunvik goes even more globally.
Thank you so much.
So that's so lovely to talk to you, sir.
Appreciate it.
You have been very inspiring.
Thank
and
you.
You're an amazing personality.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಸರ್.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ವಿವೇಕ್ ಕೇಜ್ರಿವಾಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು, ಸನ್ವಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟೀಲ್ಸ್ನ CMD. ಭಾಳ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಇನ್ನರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸುಮಾರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರು. ನಾನೊಂದು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಇನ್ನರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತು ನಮ್ಮ ಹೃದಯದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರೆ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಇನ್ನರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೂ ಪೀಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಶಾಂತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಯಾಕಂತಂದರೆ ಭಾಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ, ಭಾಳ ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ನೌ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ವಿಸ್ತಾರ, ಇದು ನಿಖರ ಜನಪರ.
ಅನುಕ್ಷಣದ ಸುದ್ದಿಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ ವಿಸ್ತಾರ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಹೊಸ ಸುದ್ದಿಗಳ ನೋಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ಗಾಗಿ ಬೆಲ್ ಐಕಾನ್ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಲೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಪ್ಡೇಟ್ಸ್ಗಾಗಿ www.vistaranews.com ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ಗೆ ವಿಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಅಂಗೈಯಲ್ಲೇ ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ಸುದ್ದಿ ತಿಳಿಯಲು ವಿಸ್ತಾರ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಆಪ್ ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ.